Good afternoon, Stella and the Sunny Boy. Yeah. What I'm going to explain is the principles of what we should eat all our lifetime so that we never ever get a non-communicable disease, which means diseases like diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, mental illness, liver failure, liver disease, kidney disease, and so many other diseases, those which are not communicable diseases like heart attack. And the principle starts with the fundamental knowledge that when the Big Bang took place, if it took place, then all the stars were formed. Also the galaxies were formed, and that was the time when the star dust also formed the earth. The material was the same, but as it went on cooling down, it went on changing its shape and the chemical structure. Though the basic things were the same: carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. Then a stage came around 4.7 billion years ago, a lot of time, that the single cell organisms started forming. Single cell. They were very simple, basic, but they were still formed by the same carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. For a single cell to become double cells and to become colonies of cells and to become organs, it took ages. Then organs took ages to get together, to work together to form systems. Then systems got together to become a multicellular organism. And the best example of this multicellular organism, the highest as of today, is human being. So we are formed from similar cells, but about 100 trillion cells. They are working together. Those who are working for the same cause inside, limited cause, are called organs, and then organs get together, divide their work and become systems, and then systems work together to become body, and that's human body. Same is true also for plants. So on one side animals, on the other side plants. I sometimes hate to call ourselves animals, so I said human body, but we are as good as animals. I don't think we are better, except for the brain functioning. I don't know. The difference between plants and animals is very simple, that plants can make their own food. They can make their own food, and we can't. Food is the only thing or source of energy or a fuel for the body. We can't make it. Because we can't make the fuel is the reason that evolution over these years, so many years, billions of years, took time for us to learn, to move, to go, to find, to smell, to eat, to look, to think. So we became what we have become only for the reason so that we can go and find food somewhere. Because somebody else is making food. We are not making food. So we are dependent upon the plants. And we have to find the plants and eat the plants. So that means of the basic biological function of the body is only one. and that is that we have to find food and get the energy out of it. Now, where does that energy come from? That comes from the sun. So sun is our father in that sense. It is the sun or his brothers and sisters, the same dust that made the sun and also made the earth. So sun is our father because sun is earth's father and earth is our mother and hence grandfather. Sun not only made us but also makes us live every day. We need solar energy to survive every day. And the logic is that if sun, let's say, vanishes now, instantly, we will be gone kind of instantaneously. We will not have days to think what to do. If the sun vanishes today, we are gone today, because we live on the energy which comes every day to the earth, to us. Now that energy, we cannot take it on our skin and directly make food out of it, and that's what the plants can do. So we have to find out the plants. Plants can get all the solar energy themselves standing at one place, because to make energy, what plants need is simple photosynthesis. It needs water, it needs carbon dioxide, the solar energy which it gets at one place, standing at one place, water standing at one place, carbon dioxide standing at one place. They don't have to go search for it, because plants don't have to move, so they don't move. They don't have legs. But because we are animals and we have to get these plants, so we have to have legs and arms and thinking and eyes and ears and nose and throat and everything. What this leaf of a plant does is exactly like the atomic factory. It's an atomic factory. It breaks down the water, breaks it down. H2O becomes H, H and O, and these are just running away here and there. So this is the function of the first part of the photosynthesis, where water is broken down. When it is broken down, all the bonds that were between it, they are broken. And bonds were the result of the solar energy, so energy is released. When the energy is released, this energy then the leaf uses to add hydrogen ions to carbon dioxide, so it becomes CH and O, C6H12O6. So water doesn't remain water, carbon dioxide doesn't remain carbon dioxide. Both are broken and formed into sugar. The CHO is sugar, carbohydrates. This formation of sugar, which is a biological molecule, is the result of the leaf of the plant. That means if plant was not there, we would be dead either, both ways. Now we have to find this fuel, eat it, cook it, absorb it, utilize it, and build from it. Now everything has got function. You have to eat it to get the fuel, then you have to burn the fuel, break the fuel, so that is cooking it, then you have to absorb it, then you have to utilize it in the body. So that I can talk to you, I'm moving my hands, it's only because I'm burning the sugar. So that's utilization. But then I want myself to grow. So when I was growing, when I was a child, like your son, he's grown so tall, so he needs for building also. So building is slightly different function than just utilizing it. For building also he needs energy. Every single cell of the plant and the animals both does the same work that I'm going to tell you now. Once sugar is formed by the plant, rest all depends upon every cell of the plant as well as us, and we know how to do it. These cells know that day after tomorrow this leaf is going to fall. So who will give them food? So they keep on producing more leaves. They keep on growing the plant becomes bigger, and they go on producing more plants. So that if they die, somebody else will take over. So this is God and this is nature, the same thing. Some people call it nature, some people call it God. Similarly, our body does the same, but what happens, I'm going to tell you. So this was sugar. Now we need something to grow. So for growth and development, you need protein. And to be protein, there should be nitrogen, which for plant comes from the soil. And for us, comes from the plants or the animals that eat plant. Depends whether you're vegetarian or non-vegetarian. So the CHO now becomes CHON. Little change, but huge change for this cell, who makes such a wonderful thing, converts the sugar into protein. So you don't have to worry about if you don't eat protein, what will happen to the protein? Because the body will make it. Because body will do the job for you. Thank you. But what happens when you tell people that you should do this, I don't advise vegetarian diet, whatever you like, but I'll explain the principle, then you understand what to eat, what not to. When I tell people you eat these things, then they ask me, what will happen to our protein?
Yes, we asked the question the other day.
See the horse, a jungle horse, what does he eat? Only grass, all the time. Have you ever seen him fatty, obese, diabetic, hypertensive, brain hemorrhage? Never. And contrary to that, what does a horse of the racing, what does a racing horse who's been kept by the owner eat? Grass? No. He gives them injections and this and high protein and, so that they can win the race.
Yes.
Those horses have heart attacks, they have hypertension, they have mental illness, they have liver failure, they have diabetes. Because we make them eat what we eat, so that they also grow faster. But we kill them. But anyway, what I was trying to say, the body is smart enough to make as much protein as it wants to, depending upon the character of the person who's making it. For plant different, for horse different, for a cow different. Cow needs fat for the baby, milk for the baby. So same grass becomes milk. So that means body over the last 4.7 billion years ago has learned how to make what out of the raw material. So protein, but then these cells also know if tomorrow the sugar finishes, I stop eating. What will happen? The body, in every cell of the body, will convert the protein back into sugar. So it knows the system. Similarly, if there was great sunshine for next 15 days, great water, great sunshine, the plant will make excessive sugar. So what will it do? it has to send it to the stores. It can't keep the sugar outside, same as our body. If I get excessive input, then it has to go to stores. And the best store, for certain reasons, which I won't explain now, is the fat. So whatever you eat, whether it's high protein, high sugar, or whatever, if it is excessive, the body will convert it into fat to send it to the stores. Protein stores are limited, sugar stores are limited, but fat stores, you can go up to there. Just see a meter. He's got more than a meter circumference. But he can still go on. If he takes hamburgers and mac chickens and all that stuff. Don't worry. He'll realize today, because he'll listen to it, he will understand what happens. So it goes to the store, fat and glycogen for us, glycogen. But when we starve, this comes back. But these days, most of us don't starve. In your country, many people starve. In our country also, many people starve. That's why they never get fat. Even if they get fat, it goes back into sugar whenever they starve. So the body has a mechanism that sugar can be converted to fat, fat can be converted to sugar, fat can be converted to protein, protein can be converted to fat. This is called TCA cycle. You don't have to remember the name. But this is a cycle which happens in every individual single cell of the body. So every single cell knows what to do of the raw food that we have taken. That means if you tell me, Doc, I eat this for that and that for this and this for that, stupidity. If you tell me you go by nature, you get whatever in nature, you take it, no worries. Body will take care of it because it is so sophisticated. It has been built over a period of 4.7 billion years and it has perfected itself. It's perfect. So perfect that we haven't understood it till today. We have understood great detail, but detail of the detail of the detail, no way. It's like the universe. We can't.
Understand.
The functioning that individual cell does is such a great functioning which we don't even understand. How can we help it? We can't. We can't improve it. But we can't improve it, but we can break it anytime. Break the cycle. So to eat, I have to pick it up.
Yes.
So cut my hands, finish. I can't pick it up.
Yes.
I have to eat, I have to chew, take my teeth out.
Yes.
I have to get saliva, take my salivary glands out. I have to get stomach acid, take my stomach out. So we can destroy this system any day, but we can't improve it. We certainly can't. So the best philosophy is to go with it, rather than start deciding for it. You can't. You can't even know it to decide it. I'll show you a little picture just to clarify this point. This little picture. This is the wall of a cell. This is the wall of a cell, this line. But this is just a sketch, though it's very complicated. But I'm just showing you a sketch. And sketch of insulin receptor. Insulin is the one that burns sugar to give energy. This receptor is specific that it only recognizes insulin and it attracts only insulin, and insulin binds to it. Once it binds to it, then it opens up and channel of the sugar opens up. So many channels, so sugar comes in. This opens up the sugar channels. When sugar goes in, it burns it to form pyruvate. Don't have to remember the name. This then becomes adenosine triphosphate, ATP, energy molecule, the final one that transports and shifts the electrons from one cell to another cell, and that's how we get energy to move. Extra sugar, it converts this pyruvate into fatty acids, makes fat out of it. Extra sugar, and if there is less in the store, glycogen, it makes this sugar, converts it into glycogen. Now this is a scene which is only the fraction of the fraction of the fraction of a cell, and only 1 out of the 1,000 functions. Cell has thousands of functions. This is just one function, insulin I'm talking about. The same scene, if you look through the goggles or if you look through the binoculars, is like this. Same thing. This is that insulin receptor. These are glucose gates. Now this looks so complicated. Same scene.
Yes.
And this is part of the part of the part of a cell.
Just a part.
Just a part. And part and part and part of the function. Now if you open individual of these, they are as complex. Then again complex. Then again complex. It's unbelievable. How can a human being or 20 scientists tell you, go and get some omega-3 and eat it, you'll be better? How can you do that? Or take anti-cholesterol pill that will block this cycle. So if that blocks this cycle, it blocks this, it blocks this, it blocks this, and everything. If you take my arm out, it blocks my eating. If you take my stomach out, it blocks everything. So we cannot boast of a good medicine that has come for these illnesses unless we know why this problem arose. Why is he obese? Unless he knows it, no matter what you tell him, he will have pizza. He would love to have McDonald's. But today, once he understands, he'll be away from those things, except sometimes, which is for leisure and pleasure. That's a different issue. So the cell wall actually looks like that. These are also phospholipids, and they are not connected as connected. They are just sitting next to each other because they are attracted to each other, and it forms a wall. That's why we can compress it. So I press the skin and you can press it because you can press each cell. It's not like plant. Plant has got its rigid wall. Not animals. We have open wall. But then functions are so great, unless this says glucose won't go in. If glucose goes in, then this can't say later because they are interdependent. Okay? So this was just to tell you a scene that life and a single cell is such a complex matter. This cell keeps on doing this all the time, 24/7. We cannot improve it, but we can destroy it any moment. And that's what we are doing. And I'm going to tell you how are we destroying it next session. So our body's function was, after finding the food, to eat it, to digest it, to absorb it, to use it, and to build from it. Total. So what was use it? Very simple. This was the sugar made by the plant, and we break it back into water and carbon dioxide every second of the day. Once we break it, we release this energy of the sun and use it. So I'm using my hands. So our body's function ultimately is to break the sugar, to get the energy out. Water goes back to water, dust unto dust, carbon dioxide back to the atmosphere, and energy does the job and it gets released at the end. But nothing dies. That's why the total always remains the same. God remains the same. We are part of it, so if I die today, I am dead in this body. Converted sugar back into water and carbon dioxide, but someday it will again be a body. That was the purpose of all religions, all science. But we fight with each other rather than sit together and think about this. Exactly this way. So God says, I am everything. This is daughter of God, earth, son of God, we all. And all are doing the job of God and bringing it back, using the energy in the meantime, living happily. But we are not. We are not because initially this is what was happening. About 700 million years ago, we were doing this, eating, digesting, absorbing, using, building. But when the invention or accidental invention of fire took place, we changed this system. We started, digest means cook. We started cooking it before eating. So now, what was the system with us? Teeth, salivary glands, food pipe, stomach, pancreas, 28-foot long intestine, liver. So our kitchen inside was 28-foot long. Our kitchen had 37 degrees centigrade temperature. We are at 37 degrees. Our kitchen had so many millions and millions and millions of cooks. Billions here, billions here, liver, and everyone had thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of cells working day and night to produce acid, for example. We produced around about 3 to 4 liters of acid per day and 2 to 3 liters of saliva per day. Trillions of cells work to do that job 24/7, not even a single holiday during our lifetime. And they also know how much is needed depending on the food. And we say, doctor, I've got acidity, give me some tablet. Our cooks and the kitchen took 3.5 to 5 hours to cook and up to 72 hours to absorb. Yeah. So whatever we eat, we used to eat, would take at least 3.5 to 5 hours to get digested, then absorbed. And absorption would take up to 72 hours. When we started cooking the food beforehand, we took 15 minutes. Heater. Food. Heater at 1500 degrees centigrade. Cooked food in 15 minutes. We had to cook it in 5 hours. Here we cooked it in 15 minutes. We had to eat it for half to 1 hour, same meal. Once it's cooked, we eat in 5 minutes. Now the stomach is trying to mix the food and cook it with its acid. Can't do anything. Producing gas, producing acid, and tired, and goes here, goes into the intestine, and quickly, within, let's say 1.5 hours, the food with value of, let's say 500, is in the blood. Now pancreas is tired. He says, man, I haven't even digested the protein and fat yet. I didn't even know they came. Who cooked it? And it's gone straight into blood. Now pancreas has to produce 500 insulin, so it's healthy, young, no problem. It makes it. But for how long? 10 years? And diabetes, and blood pressure, and fatty liver, and cholesterol in blood vessels. Get my point? But when it sends 500 insulin, then all is burnt food. You have to use only 100 to sit with me for 1 hour. So 100 is used. 400 is left over. Extra. Where does it go? Extra goes to the store. Straight to fat, store. Now, had I taken this food as raw, had I taken it raw, then you have to chew it, take time to go here, time to go here. Pancreas has to be used, liver has to be used, acid has to be used, saliva has to be used, teeth have to be used, intestinal juices have to be used, and it would have taken 5 hours to cook. So something would come here, 100 after 1 hour, 100 after another hour, 100 after another hour, 100 after another hour. So it's not 500. So it's 100. And insulin happy. Oh, little bit, no worries. Have 100. So used. After 1 hour, you need again energy. So another 100 comes. So you are energetic all the time had you taken it raw. Next time, next hour, no worries. Next hour, no worries. Next hour, no worries. Now, you took 500 now as raw, and hence you took 500 hours to digest. Hence, for 5 hours you were active inside. So outside you are active. You don't feel sleepy like he's feeling sleepy. You know? But now, to cook this food here, you had to spend 1500 cc. But at least 100 centigrades. 100 degree to cook it, boil it. Now, where will this 100 degrees centigrade come? You have gotten the energy but used it. So where will the energy come from now? Now sugar you have used, so energy will come from the fat.
From the fats.
Yeah, from the store.
Yes, from the store.
So number one, you are energetic. Number two, salivary gland is happy, teeth are happy, stomach is happy, liver is happy, intestine is happy, pancreas is happy on one side, and they thank each other. Thank you for doing your job. On the other side, you are energetic all the time. On the other side, you are getting less obese, less fatty. And your cholesterol and everything will fall into place. Your liver will be all right, your everything. Now the body is happy. Every single cell is happy because that cell is doing the function for which it is meant to be. So you will be a lean and mean walking machine. You will die in an instance if you die, but you will live happily without sickness.
Yes, which is great.
You will not stick to the bed and have your poos and pees in the bed and all that stuff. So this principle I wanted to tell you, that eat as unprocessed food as possible. Very simple. So that you process it. Because you have got tremendous specialist, super specialist equipment inside to process it. Why process it outside? Got it? And with it I write an unprocessed food as far as possible. If there is no possibility, then of course, for example, if you have to eat meat, you have to cook it because it's very difficult to eat. But if you have to eat fish, you don't need to. You just do this little heat or in lemon or lime or raw fish, no worries because easy to eat.
With lemon.
Crab easy. Yeah, you take a cup full of lemon, put fish in it. At night, eat it in the morning. Wow, it's wonderful.
Wow.
And if you
It will write for me. Give me the
or
food diets.
and mix coconut cream in it. Oh man, you will love it.
Coconut cream. You don't need it.
It-
That's
raw
the
fish.
extraction. Yes, extraction from coconut. So you put fish in it.
But with
Lemon.
lime on lemon. Lime on lemon.
Yes. Interesting.
So, but that's raw fish. But raw fish, you can just put it in on your hot plate. Just put it and cook it 2 times, and it's gone. But if you have to eat meat, it's difficult to eat, so you can bake it or boil it or whatever. So eat as unprocessed food as possible, and that means have a box, 2 kilos box. Good box, roughly 1/3 all vegetables that you can cook, you should take raw, cut them, put them here, and all fruit with skin, which you can take with skin, all fruit, and sprouts. 3 things. Mix 3 things, roughly around 2 kilos, that's what you require. You require 2 kilos or 1.5 kilo. Plus, you put nuts, almonds,
Almonds, yes. That's the name I was thinking.
and what is it?
Cashew nuts.
Cashew nuts,
Walnuts.
pista, little bit
Alright.
of all these things, plus seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, any seeds that, sesame seeds, any seeds, put them in, little bit of all of them, to make it a total plant. Now this becomes a total plant. If you mix all these and put a bowl of either lime, lemon, yogurt, but plain yogurt. I even sometimes put vinegar so that it remains wet. Then in your hot weather, it doesn't dry, it doesn't get oxidized. So that's what you do. So if you eat this all the time,
Yes.
whole day, if you eat this whole day like the horse, never ever you will fall ill. And illness means your emotions will become better, your anger will go away, your mental issues will go away, your psychological issues will go away, you will become more confident of yourself. Because inside will be happy. Every single cell. If every single group of cells, organizations inside are happy, they will take care of any problem that's trying to arise. But if they are in disharmony, they say, bloody, what the heck? Let them enjoy, I don't care.
Yes.
You get it?
I get it.
I have a question.
Yes.
These 2 kg now that we're talking about.
Mm.
Let me take myself for
Mm.
example, who for 35 years of my life I've been eating unhealthy. Okay.
Mm.
Now, how long do I have to take this to start seeing
The effect.
the effects? Yes.
6th day, you will feel the effect from inside. 6th.
Day 6.
15 days, you will lose 6 kilos.
Okay.
15 days, you will not only feel healthy, but you will be healthy. In addition, you would have lost 6 kilos.
Okay.
You would have lost around 5. 15 days. 1 month, 7 kilos, and for you, 10 kilos. After that, as the body will decide, body knows how much physical work you do, brain knows, it's a computer, software, hardware. It knows how much you work, how much energy you need, how much energy your brain needs. It will decide, and your appetite will either increase or decrease. So you may take only 1.5 kilo, you may take 2.5 kilos.
Okay. But that will be sufficient for the day.
Yes,
Okay.
From
That-
morning, afternoon, and night.
yes.
okay.
After 15 days, however, what I will advise you to, here for 15 days I want you to be strict.
Okay.
Strict. Strict means naughty. I don't want it.
Yes, yes.
Strict so that your mind gets convinced that you mean business. The day it gets convinced, it orders the brain to help you achieve your goal. And brain tells everyone, you are on your own, now you are happy, do whatever you want to.
Correct.
Then they'll do the best job. Now, after 15 days, I want for you to have at least an egg a day.
After 15 days.
Okay.
After 15 days, one egg, boiled or whatever,
Okay.
every day.
Okay.
In addition, you can have a cup of milk every day. In addition, you can have, we call it lassi, milk, forget it, yogurt, thin yogurt, lassi, chaach and lassi, the one we take, without sugar. After 15 days, you can take a cup of tea 2-3 times,
Okay.
without sugar if possible. After 15 days, you can in addition take cooked food with it. So this bowl has to be here, which I am daily taking. In addition, I've got a small bowl of whatever I love.
Like rice.
Yeah, you love little rice, then it should be brown rice. So you have rice and put some whatever you want to put it in so that you feel happy. But that has to go. What it means is that if there are 20 people I see every day and 2 poor people come and they don't charge, it doesn't matter. Because I'm satisfied.
Yes.
I've seen 20.
Yes.
But if I don't see any patient and only the poor people come, I won't be happy. No, if I see 20, I will be happy because I'm of different nature. But I see only 2. And they are the poorest of the poor. Though I'll be happy for my job, but I can't live.
Yes.
You know?
That's true.
So the purpose is that if this body wants it, if body gets it, then in addition, who cares?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay?
I have another question.
Yeah.
In our country,
Yeah.
sorry, let me just quickly ask this. In our country, we have carbohydrates.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
cassava,
Very good. Root crops.
Yam, yes. So
Yam,
how-
taro, and all that's it.
corn,
Yeah.
maize. So how do we cook? How do we eat this? Can we?
Oh,
still
you
eat
just
them raw?
bake little bit
Oh,
or
yes.
boil also.
Or boil it?
The things that you can't take raw, you don't take raw.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
But then that should not be the major thing.
Yes. That will be
In
after-
addition, so
after
yam,
you
you
bake
want
it.
yam, take this much
Yes.
yam, and you baked it.
Yes.
Here you've got your vegetables, fruit sprouts,
Mhm.
and take it. No
Okay.
worries.
Okay.
But after 15 days,
After
first 15 days you have to train your mind.
Condition the mind, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I have another question now. This will be more on preservation now. Okay, I know that with this now, during the cold season, preservation will be okay.
Mm.
It won't be difficult.
Mm.
But during hot weather,
Put it in the fridge.
in the fridge. Okay, I'm looking at for people like me who will be going to.
Oh, those who are moving,
Work.
very simple. Let's say you go to work at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So when you get up, a ball.
Okay.
Then before going, a ball of this. Okay? Out of this.
Okay.
And then you take another box for 3 times or 4 times. Or 3 times. Put it in the car. Car has got AC. If it is motorcycle, you just go like that and go into the office. Office is air conditioned, you can keep it like that, otherwise put in the fridge. If there is no fridge, however, if there is no, then you take 1 banana, 1 apple, 1, and broccoli, piece of broccoli, piece of cauliflower, piece of this and piece of that, and total whole cucumber. Then you do that. You have to improvise. But if you have office and fridge or air conditioned office, you take 3 times. So 3 and 2, 5 times, and 3 times after you come back home. Once you come back home, then after 2 hours, 1.5 hours, the principle is that if you can do it, if possible, do it every 1.5 hourly, which means 12 hours means 8 times a day. But there are people who take twice in the morning, thrice in the evening, but lunchtime, big one, one single. It's okay. No worries.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give it a try.
But you will, it's not change, you will transform. You become a lean and mean walking machine from mind down to the body. Everything becomes absolutely fantastic. And confidence in everything. If your nature is to argue or to fight or to do this, will change in 15
That's
days.
it. Your body will be working at optimal level.
Absolutely, from inside. So you can never be unhappy.
Okay.
Never be
And
unhappy.
once you're optimal inside, you'll be able
Yeah.
to production outside will be optimal.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is great. I'm so happy, doctor. Thank you so much. So we will have a copy of that.
Yeah, this is yours, and I'll give you a copy of this. And love you guys, and God bless you. And maybe I come to Nigeria one
You're
day.
welcome. We're inviting you.
Okay.
Doctor. Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.